So make sure that obviously given, you're going to be putting your given in there. So don't leave that out. Some people are getting lazy and they don't want to write it. Just make sure that you include it. Okay. And then it says corresponding angles. So if I have parallel lines, GK and HJ are what they gave me in my parallel lines. They want me to mark some corresponding angles. Now, you don't want to mark what they already have because they already have G and JH or JHI right here. Okay, so they already have those down here. Now, those, if you use this I missed it. If you use this one right here, then that's going to give you these two, and those are actually corresponding angles. So you don't want to use those ones. They gave you corresponding angles. We want to use some different ones. Okay, so we have to use the other transversal. I'm going to use the same parallel lines, and then I can use this transversal right here. So with this transversal, corresponding angles would be here and here. I can use angle K. You can use 3 letters if you want, that's fine. But I can use angle K because it's the only angle there. It's going to be congruent to, and then you can do IJH. They're really small. Okay, now I have my 2 pieces of info. All I need is 2 when they're angles. You could have, yes, you could have used angle I, but there were no spots for that. Okay, and it's not necessary if you already have 2 sets of congruent angles. So this was angle. All right, over here, my only given is MQ and OP. And then step 2 says QMN. So if I do QMN, this angle, and then OPN is that angle, they want to know why those 2 are equal. So we did find out that these 2 were parallel. And then those M and P are attached to this transversal. And so these ones, these aren't corresponding this time. This time they are alternate interiors. Okay, so that's your reason for those. Then they want the vertical angles. So if they want the vertical angles, you have to plug in what they're asking for. So we need these ones. I can't say angle N, so it's got to be angle MNQ. I should have made these bigger. This is really hard to write. And then ONP. Order doesn't matter as long as that N is in the middle. You could have also done PNO. Okay, so those are your vertical angles. Then again, I've got my 2 pieces, 2 angles. You only need 2 for the angles. So in this case, we've got angle again. Okay, if you've got side angle side or side side side, you need 3 pieces of info. So down here, I have my 2 pieces of given information. There's 2 of them. Just to save time, I'm just going to do this. Okay, so I've got ST and TU. So those, or I'm sorry, ST and VW, those are proportional to TU and WX. Okay, so that's all my given information. So what I have is I have 2 sets of sides, so that's 2 S's. So you can think of the fractions as sides, and then this is an angle. So the only one with 2 S's and an A that I have is going to be side, angle, side. Okay, that's this side right here, the ST that they had. I guess I can just highlight them. ST and VW, those were proportional to TU and WX. And then my angle is included in the middle. Now, right here, it doesn't say what the proof part is. Oh, no, I lied. There it is. It's right there. So here's your proof part. If they don't give you that and you have to write your triangle statement, make sure you know that order does matter. So they went STU, they went along the red and then the green. So VWX, it has to be for the next one. Over here, I've got a fraction, and a fraction. All the fractions are sides because those are going to be your proportional sides. So here's my given info. That goes in the first blank. And then I have my 3 pieces of info. So that's my side, side, side. Okay, this is the proof part. So these are just these are really short and easy ones. Okay, these are the ones you'll see more of. So I've got my 2 pieces of given. I've got my given right here. And then it says angle 1 and angle 2. So this one's a little more confusing because there's a lot more stuff going on in this picture. There's a lot more than just 2 triangles. So it says in triangle ACE, so this entire thing, it says B is a point on AC and D is a point on AE. So that doesn't really help us a whole lot. But it does tell me that EBC, so EBC, this angle, is congruent to CDE, this angle. So they at least gave me that. Okay, and I forgot to put the 1 and the 2 in there. I was supposed to put that in there. I forget where we at. Okay, so these should have been in there. And I forgot. Sorry. Okay, so next. Got my givens. Angle 1 and angle 2 are congruent to each other. So the place where angle 1 and angle 2 are, those are in your vertical angles. They're opposites in an X right there. Okay, so what you can do is you can mark them. Let me get rid of this. So you can mark them in there with your marker. So angle 1 and angle 2, that way you have an idea. Okay, and then it says triangle CBF. So if I look at CBF, that's just this one right here with those 2 angles that I have marked, is similar to EDF. So these are the 2 triangles we're talking about. So the reason these 2 are equal is we have 2 sets of angles that are congruent to each other. So if you've got 2 sets of angles, that is AA. And again, they write this weird, I don't know, this is just what I could find. So you could just write AA, you don't have to write that. All right, and then we have something after. So anytime, remember that anytime you have something following a triangle congruence statement or a triangle similarity statement, the answer is always going to be the same. When it's congruent, it was CPT-CT. If it's similar, you just say definition of similar triangles.